This is Pastor Mark in Park. I was recently leaving a big box store when someone I knew drove up. She rolled down the window, we exchanged greetings, and talked for a minute or two. She had a passenger in the car, but the passenger seemed to be too engrossed in her phone to look up and exchange greetings or engage in conversation. I live pretty close to the church where I'm serving, and so oftentimes I will just walk to church and from church back to home. Sometimes there will be someone walking toward me. As we get closer, I turn my gaze to the person, expecting to exchange some kind of greeting, and sometimes the person will say hello, but more often than not, the person just walks on by as if I'm not even there. There will be times when I will just go ahead and say hello anyway. But oftentimes I won't say anything, and I'll just shake my head at the indifference. There's a scene in the movie Firewall starring Harrison Ford that illustrates this indifference. His family is taken hostage, and his daughter says to one of the captors, "Why do you hate us?" And the captor says, "We don't hate you. We just don't care anything about you." Now, maybe I'm just making too big of a deal. Is it really that much of a problem that someone doesn't acknowledge me even in passing? But I just can't help but think that our world would just be a little bit better. Our little corners of the world would be a little bit better if we just treated one another with the dignity and respect that each one of us deserves. There's just too much indifference in the world. Now, this indifference, I think, is at the heart of some major conflicts in our world. Think about the violence and war that is tearing apart communities and even nations. This "we don't care about you" attitude is at the heart of these conflicts. And if people's hearts and minds were just changed, things would be better. Of course, the Christian's heart and mind has been changed because of Jesus and his love. And that love, whenever it's expressed, always makes a difference. This has been Pastor Mark in Park, reminding you to keep on loving as Jesus taught.